What would you do with your life if you didn't fear failure? If whatever you did that you failed at really had no consequence or significance to you? I often ask people in my classes that question, and you can see that it sends people off into thought. And I don't think I've ever met anybody who didn't come up with something that they are currently not doing that they would like to. Fear of failure almost seems an endemic part of our culture without it really being that overtly expressed. And it's an interesting thing, because why do we fear failure? In my opinion, it's largely because of our relationship to ourselves. I think, well, certainly for the clients who come to see me, when I ask them to measure how much do they like being themselves, on a scale of 0 to 10, the number is actually quite low at the beginning. And you wonder why that would be. And I think it's largely a consequence of the misinterpretations we make about our experiences when we're younger that cause us to doubt how good we are, how deserving we are, how worthwhile we are, even how loved we are. And when you have that, it means very often that what you're doing is looking for that feeling about yourself in other people around you. So we begin to have a fear of other people's opinion. So we limit the things that we do in order to avoid rejection by others, their scorn, or their withdrawal of approval. Which means that you end up living a life where you're trying to please other people, or at least not annoy or disappoint them. Which, when you look back at it, just leaves you feeling as if you haven't really made your life what you wanted it to be. And it's such a shame, because really failure is an important part of growing. Bruce Lee said, the person who never failed at anything never tried at anything. And I think that's so true, that if you're moving forward, you're going to fall. And it's not the fall that matters, it's what you learn by the fall and getting up again. That's really all it's about. So in NLP, in Neuro-Linguistic Programming, there's a saying that there's no failure, there's only feedback. And what I interpret that to mean is that really you're going to fail. I'm going to fail, everybody's going to fail at some point in life, unless they never try. And when you fail, the question in your mind could be, what is it I can learn here from this failure that makes it a stepping stone or a springboard to success? How can I turn this into a growth opportunity? Rather than say, oh my goodness, I failed at that, I'm never going to try that again. Because if you're in that mindset, your life just becomes a series of pinball games where you're banged from one situation to another without ever really feeling you're in control of your direction or your destination. And it doesn't need to be that way. Embrace failure as an opportunity. Some companies, like Pixar, they celebrate failure. They want people to fail spectacularly and as quickly as possible, to fail in as many ways as they can learn from, in order to get it over with and get into the process of growth where they turn out fantastic cartoons and film products. Imagine if the next time you failed, you just went, isn't that interesting? What can I learn? What can I change? How can I be different? How can I grow from it? You'd be amazed at the difference that will make to suddenly the possibilities of what you could be doing that you currently aren't. So can I leave you with that question? What would you be doing with your life if you didn't fear failure? What stops you? Does it need to? What would happen if it didn't?